Hello.
Here we are.
We're back.
It's bonus month.
It's bonus month.
Not sure where that fits on the calendar, but it's bonus month. And we're here, ready to stitch.
Yes. So this is the cute bonus block from the Kimberbell Wallflower Mystery Digital Dealer Quilt.
Yeah, that's not a mouthful.
No. Say that twice fast. I'm not going to try.
Wallflower quilt bonus.
Bonus.
Here we are.
It's a ladybug.
It is a ladybug.
It's pretty cute.
And there's some quilting little guys in there. It is on this cute green. So we're actually going to do the quilting and everything with colors 16, 19, which is what we have threaded. So here we go.
Here we go.
All right.
And we're doing both of our blocks at the same time. We used the color sort 9 square button on our machine. So it's actually going to go and do both blocks basically simultaneous. Simultaneous. That did not.
Simultaneously.
Thank you.
That one.
I should have some more coffee.
I should have less muscle relaxers. That's probably why it came.
Like it's flowed right out.
Flowed right out. I'm chilling over here.
So we're pre-quilting at the same time as we are going to do our design. So this is the placement line for our batting pieces.
Wait, ready? Okay. We've got a chunk of batting here. We're going to lay down and then tack that down. I'll trim that.
And we'll do some quilting.
Sarah's not going to attempt to jump stitches.
I am not.
I just get the biggest kick out of that. Here we go.
If you're not doing the quilting part, then
you're going to find center and line that up and rock and roll.
Yes.
If you are not doing the quilting, you will want to put fusible backing on the backs of your background fabric to support the stitches. So far, the batting is working wonderfully for everything. I will say March's does look like it's got a lot going on. We might need a little more support on that one,
right?
But we can see how it goes too.
Yep. And so far, we've been able to be a little rogue, and we've saved a little in not fusing that woven to the background. But we are doing the quilting, and the batting is acting as some extra stabilizer. And we did starch heavily.
Yes.
And
no light starch happens here.
Right. And we do have kind of a standard no-show mesh on here. I know Kimberbell makes like 2 different weights.
This one is
not
a
the light.
heavier weight than the Kimberbell light.
Yeah.
Or ultra light.
Yeah, this is the Leabu brand. This is our brand, and we do like this one. It works really well.
It does a nice job supporting.
It does. All right, so we're going to trim around that. Nice big squares. Lisa's using her favorite 6-inch double curve scissors. Kimberbell now makes a nice 6-inch double curve for both left-handed and right-handed gals and guys, embroiderers, everyone.
I will say that once I got my screw tight on that, those cut very nicely.
Yep.
Couldn't figure out why they weren't cutting at first, and somehow my screw was loose.
It was loose.
Imagine that. So I don't know if in shipping or I'm not sure exactly where, but I got that tightened and then they were working very well. And they're very cute, and they actually do feel nice on your hand. The finger holes are maybe just a hair differently larger, just a hair. And they have that nice coating, so they're comfortable to hold.
Exactly.
All right, this is the placement line. You could skip this if you would like to. If I was at home, I would. But we'll do it for your benefit. Cute. So this quilting option, there's also a vertical line.
I did see that there's two different.
Yep.
I picked the same.
I probably would have as well.
I could have picked both vertical, but
I like this better personally.
this one sung to me.
You know, it's funny when we're doing this. You know, do you watch Pitch Perfect?
Mm-hmm.
And they're back in the production booth and they're like, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Always pops in my head before we start, like, should we be doing like voice exercises? Wow, wow. All right, we're going to cover those little guys up and tack them down. I do really like this fabric.
It's very cute. And we did decide to quilt in green. You could quilt in any color. But,
Yeah, like, you know, a simple white would be fine. Pull out those. If you want it to really show, you could try to find a green that matches the stem in there or something like that.
Darker. Yeah.
A little darker. This just kind of blends with the background. So again, this is 1619 out of the Exquisite line.
Mm-hmm.
The poet, and I didn't even know it. Tucker showed he was a holy man. I'm like, what do you have? Eat jelly.
All right, so we have a couple minutes of background quilting to do here. We'll get started, and then you'll see some movie magic, and it'll all be done.
Yep, we'll be back in just a sec. Quilting is all done. We're now going to do the placement lines for our foam. So this will be the puff in the wings. So we're going to do the foam, and then we're going to stitch everything other than the wings.
So we probably should put the dark color in.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah, so
no,
let's
do
just
that.
change over to our
And then
dark
you guys
gray.
can see that.
ES117, you'll be able to see clearly where you have to put your foamy pieces.
So this is going to be the color we're using for our body and our antennae.
Yeah. Thank you.
You betcha. Just like Sarah Palin, you betcha. Not that that's my goal, to be like Sarah Palin. Just to clarify.
All right, so we got like a couple of half-shaped circles here. Kind of like moons.
I don't know. Orange slice, lemon slice,
apple slice,
lime slice.
not pie.
Not pie.
I mean, it could be a half a pie.
That could be a half a pie.
That's a Tucker
Tucker
slice.
cut. Oh, Lord. Now I want pie.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm very hungry. Apples, oranges, lemons, pie.
Now my stomach started growling. That's funny. Hopefully the speaker doesn't catch that.
I did not hear it, so I think you're safe. But I'm definitely hungry.
All right, we are just about ready to put our little foam pieces on. Your foam was in the embellishment kit if you purchase an embellishment kit.
Yep. There was a large piece you'll need to cut down and then place in the appropriate month or bonus folder. All right, we're going to do that. Very easy to make sure when it's that dark.
Yes.
See where that's at. This also makes it very easy for cutting, so you know exactly where to cut.
And it's going to be a really dark red satin stitch.
Yeah, you won't see that.
And there'll be fabric over top of that, so you're not going to have to worry about that peeking through.
Nope.
Maybe if I were doing like if it was like white over there, I might not have chose.
If it was white going on top of your foam, I probably wouldn't put dark gray. I would have maybe left the green or something like that.
Yeah.
It would have blended a little bit more. But this gives you guys a really good visual so that you can see.
Yeah.
On January and February, no,
just
on both
February.
of the February blocks, we left the quilting color in. And outside of being able to see where to place the foam, it was very easy to cut because it was a color
on white.
on the white. They weren't as dark as this.
But yeah, but it was a little hard to see.
It was a little hard to see where to place your foam against the quilting stitches. What was the placement line? What was the quilting stitch? That kind of thing.
And you're probably like us, and you're probably going to put that foam on the bed of your machine instead of pulling it out, taping it down, and doing that sort. So it's really easy to miss that back part.
To miss the back. So
especially
when you're placing something, when you have two things in the hoop, you've got something really close to the back of your hoop, it's very easy to miss the little bit of the back of a stitch because it looks, you can't see that you didn't cover the stitch.
Exactly.
I am going to trim. And you don't have to do anything because we're going to be stitching on dark here. So you already did that.
I do have to rethread it though. It popped up the needle.
Oh.
I think the foam caught it.
I did that to give you something to do.
Oh.
Wasn't that kind?
It was so kind. And trim close, but not through the stitches if you can help it.
It is a little tight in the center there. Just take your time, slide your scissors nice and gentle through the middle there. Okay, you got to move. Not flowing as well when there's something underneath your hoop.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, now we're going to do the
antennae.
This is a pretty quick stitch.
It's fine. You'll never see it.
I bet we're going to have placement line for our fabric. I like this fabric, this like black linen.
I like that.
It's a really nice one.
It is. Solid, but not solid.
Yep. We're keeping the same fabric in.
Same thread.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't change the
fabric.
This looks
like a pawn in chess.
Yeah, it definitely is a different shape. Or a keyhole.
Keyhole. Did you ever watch that show Lock and Key?
I think I only watched the first and the second season. Wasn't there more than that?
No, I think it was just two.
Then maybe I only watched the first and part of the second season. I don't think I finished it.
I finished it. Whatever. Maybe there was a third, but I don't think so. I think it was just... But the beginning of the second started weird.
Which is why I don't think I...
But it was good.
I couldn't... I must have got distracted.
It was... I mean, it was different.
Yeah.
But it finished well. Let's just say that. All right. We're going to cover those guys up. Again, you're going to be stitching around the foam. So don't have it so tight that it doesn't have anywhere to move. But you also don't want it to pucker if possible. So... This looks like the top of a sorry game thing.
Yes, it does.
That's what's popping in my head right now. I'm like, what is up with that? It's strange things that your brain comes up with. This needs the circular base. Already got wings.
Yep. now we're gonna trim off that fabric.
Yep.
And then
the tack down looks like a candle wicking,
think
so it's going to be
so.
a pretty quick.
Yeah.
When I come back over here.
Try not to snip your foam, right?
Yep. Kind of getting in the groove in between them, and it's working pretty well.
These blocks are definitely cruising pretty quickly.
That works for me.
Yep.
I like that feeling of accomplishment.
It's really nice to have all of your pieces prepped for you. Makes it feel like the project is like that much less time consuming, doesn't it?
Definitely no hunting and pecking for this. You just sit down and stitch. And I would imagine after the first few blocks, we're going to have all of our colors picked out too.
Right.
We'll just be repeating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So there we have those.
Our ladybug looks naked.
We're going to do, not going to stitch anything in the center, just the bottom and around the head portion there. Remember when I first started embroidery, if it wasn't a satin stitch, I was like, I don't like that. I was an absolute little brat about it too. It was like, nope, it's not what it's supposed to be there. That's what, and I would actually not do designs if it had a candle wicking stitch because I just didn't like the way that it looked.
Yeah.
It's definitely grown.
Yeah.
For sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I also think, like where you start in your embroidery world.
What kinds of things that you're doing.
Yeah, when I started here, Anita Good Design was really big
Really
here.
big.
And
that was most of, if it wasn't a built-in,
right.
It was Anita Good Design that I was doing. And
right.
I mean, I bought random things off the internet, but that was long enough ago that random things off the internet didn't generally stitch out very well.
No.
So.
And you had to buy a whole collection.
Yeah.
So it was hundreds of dollars if you bought something a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the first designs that I did were like Smith Street designs, and she did a lot of flowers, and one of her things was all kinds of different decorative stitches around the outside edges. So I actually...
You got started looking at all of the different ones.
I did, and I think that I was kind of the opposite. Like, I thought the satin stitch...
was boring.
I thought it was heavy. It was super, because it is.
I would agree that it's heavy.
It's bold.
But I like that, because most of what I was doing had that bold look.
Yes.
When it didn't, I was like, that just doesn't look finished.
It doesn't look right, yeah.
It didn't look finished to me. This, we have changed to number 187, and this is the placement line for our wing fabric.
Yes. Just the cute little...
The cute polka dots.
Red polka dot. But it took me a little while to like get accustomed to the satin stitch, because I was more into the decorative stitches and blanket stitch. That was my thing. So,
yeah.
But well,
you also appliqued a lot.
I did, right.
So there's a very different vibe than embroidery applique.
Right.
And I didn't have that at all.
Yeah.
I'd never sewn applique a darn thing until I met you. So I was like, nope, that's not my thing.
Yep. And that's very true, because using the satin stitch when you're doing like machine applique, it doesn't look as nice because you don't drive as perfect.
No.
So you don't get those nice tapered edges, and it's sort of a little bit sort of a hodgepodgey. Yep. So that totally makes sense. Yep, hadn't thought about it that way.
It really does depend the direction that you're coming from, and a lot of that is going to be the designer. So, like you said, when I started coming to classes here, everything was Anita Good Design. They did a few like Dakota.
Yeah.
But
they were also heavy into satin stitch. So that was the thing. Like in the 90s and the early 2000s, satin stitch was.
I don't want to say all embroidery looked alike.
I mean,
but
that
there
was
wasn't the variance that we get now.
no. Mm-mm.
All right, we're going to tack these down, and I'm going to attempt to not get any puckers on them. Going to hold it, but hold it loosely.
Nice job. 3 more times.
Right? Quarter of the way done. So far, success. Let's get out of the camera. Sure about that corner there, but
It's actually really good.
okay.
The
It's
pleat
in
is in
between.
between, so it won't
Okay.
matter. Halfway. Can we do all?
No. Bound to get a pucker on one of those points. Probably won't get as lucky on that one the second time around, right? This is perfect fabric for this.
It
though.
is absolutely perfect. Yep. Nice.
Whoop, whoop.
Nice job. Yeah, the pleat is like in between.
It's like poking out between the two.
So it won't matter at all.
All right,
and-
so we got one stitch left, which is going to do the edges there. So I just need to trim away that excess.
Yeah, don't forget that part. Don't
Yeah,
get too excited.
Kind of want to get rid of that.
And the last part of this design is the part that's going to take the longest. So we probably have almost 10 minutes of stitching between the two of these. So satin stitches. So we'll start it and then we'll pause on our end and come back when we have all of the stitching done because you don't have to watch.
You don't have to watch that.
all of that. Probably a little tight getting in there, huh?
It is. I'm just pushing my scissor forward and then kind of rocking it back towards the stitch.
And we don't want to.
And we don't want to cut underneath, like our
right.
fabric is underneath of that.
Oh,
So
it's so cute.
it came out darling.
Yes, it's adorable.
And I like that the spots are already on this, so we don't have to stitch them and squish our poof.
I know, right? They're going to stay poofy. Stay fluffy.
That's right.
That should be our motto.
It's so fluffy! God, that's a great movie. I think I have that clip on my phone when the movie was first out.
Yeah.
I think I had it for my text messages just for a very short period of time, but I giggled so much whenever my phone would have that go off. It's like, maybe I should change that.
Oh, all right.
And then when I started here, I had the same text tone as Gene. And he was like, you have to change that. And I'm like, no, you change yours. I'm not changing my text tone. But I think it's mine. I'm like, that's your problem. Don't stand next to me.
That's right. Stay in your office.
Stay in your office. Too funny. Oh, this is going to be so cute.
Yep.
All right. So again, this is going to be 8 to 10, whatever-ish minutes. We will be back.
All right.
Did I just say?
No.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Okay.
We are
That's it.
done.
Oh, these are really
These
cute.
are two.
I love how puffy they are.
Right.
They're so
two
cute.
Very, very, very adorable.
Very darling. So we've got our little ladybugs. These are the, again, bonus blocks. So there's 2 of those. And ours are all done because we
Yes.
did both of them.
So cute. So, bonus January and
February.
February.
There is a video available, and we will get March's rolling, so that'll be ready by the end of February as well.
That's right.
Very fun.
Yep. We hope that you are having a ball, and if you have questions, you
Know where to find us.
us.
All right. We'll see you guys next time. Happy stitching.
Bye.
Bye.